Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm so glad you're here. I'm on location in Bangor, Maine, and my daughter's joining me in a couple of hours, and we're going to have a great time tonight and tomorrow. She has one day off midweek, so we decided to have a little girl time before we end up in Caribou together. So anyway, before she gets here, I've been doing what I love to do, and that's looking at current events. And I've been seeing something in alt media that recently the Judge Advocate General, the JAG office for both the Army and Navy, have created a special task force to pursue pedophile crimes. Our little ones, the rate of crimes against little ones has, especially down near our southern border, has skyrocketed. And while the military would prefer to only work with those who have charges of sedition and treason against them, our littlest and most vulnerable citizens deserve to be protected too. And unfortunately, our courts and judicial system don't seem to be very willing to step up and help with that. Now that's not a blanket. All of them feel that way. I'm just saying that there's been time and again that leads haven't been followed up and prosecutions haven't occurred for crimes against children. So if you're asking yourself, well, how can the military do that? Let me share a screen with you. 1 second. My favorite executive order of all time, 13818. I've spoken about it before, but the reading didn't include this information. So what we're doing today, and it's time for a follow-up. Okay, in that one, crimes against children are considered crimes against humanity. And crimes against humanity can make civilians come to trial in military courts of law. And so I'd like to ask the cards tonight if the alt media report that the JAG office is going to be ramping up those prosecutions and protecting our little ones is true. And if there's other information the universe wants us to know. As you know, I have said, and I'm not the only one, I'm not claiming that I'm the author of this, but as the world learns the depth and type and horrible range of crimes to our little ones, that is what will wake people up, even though it's a sad process. That is what no one can argue about, the need for safety for our little ones. And so let's ask the cards tonight if that report that JAG is going to be increasing the manpower and focus on crimes against little ones, especially sex crimes against little ones. And if there's other information the universe wants us to know at this current time about that situation. 1 second. Our first card is the King of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands. Well, we've got some good cards here that answer our question quite nicely. So the question was, is the rumor true that JAG is going to be increasing manpower and focus on crimes against children? And that question comes up for the situation with the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, both of which are good military cards, and both of which talk about prudent action, and he can be a little bit reckless, but he's always, well, he's up for a challenge. He follows orders. So there's a lot of good energy behind this. I imagine there were some people that said, good, it's time. It is, because we have little ones to protect. King of Swords is our near past. That's often my Mr. T, definitely another Alliance White Hat card. In the present, we have the 10 of Pentacles, multi-generation. This card is a great family card. It's just a great, it's one that our little ones are going to be protected. In fact, within the card, there's all different age ranges shown. It's a multi-generational card. Moving ahead for the near future, it's not looking good for those who prey on children, our little ones. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning for them. Their day is coming to an end. You can see this here by the first clarifier card, which is the 10 of Swords, which is an ending. So yes, they're ramping up their efforts, which will bring an end to quite a bit of the suffering of our little ones. And further clarifying that, we have the 3 of Wands, which is, we're coming up on a time when we're going to view our little ones and the worth of humans in general in a whole new way. Let's see what else the universe wants us to know about this situation. Okay, it's on, guys. They're willing to fight for it. I know I am. Our little ones need to be. We got another Knight of Swords, another white. We've got 4 cards that indicate military white hat involvement in action. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles talks about resources, being careful with them. They have allocated resources for this. And finally, oh, Ace of Cups. Okay, so more and more children are going to be safe as more and more of those who would prey upon them face consequences, or sometimes just the fear of consequences. It's going to keep more of our little ones safe. And hopefully things will change in our world in a huge and wonderful way. And all of them will be safe and valued and treasured and nurtured the way they should be. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Your time is precious and I don't take it for granted. I know I say that every time, but I want to have an attitude of gratitude every time we connect and look at the tarot and current events and try to bring some change into our world with prayer, intention, and positive action wherever it's appropriate. So on one last little note, I'm not going to turn the screen. See, I was very careful that this is the bed you see. The other one that has grandkid toys for Graham, who hasn't seen her, or Mame, as I'm called up here, who hasn't seen her grandson in a while. They're not quite stacked to the ceiling, but I've got books and toys over there, and I am ready to do some grandma snuggles and cuddles. And that's one of the reasons. It wasn't just being an educator. It's not being just a mom. It's not being just a grandma, but children have been a focus of a lot of my life. And I love and care for them, and I want them all to be safe. So thank you. Until next time, stay safe, be well, and I will see you soon.